girlfriend in the Chelsea Hotel. Vicious, whose real name is John Simon Ritchie, was arraigned today in Manhattan. Over the objections of the district attorney, bail was set at $50,000. Vicious' former manager arrived today from London and is trying to raise the money. He told newsmen Syd may be an outrageous person, but he is no murderer. Tonight, Chris Borgen has a special report on the violence that increasingly has become part of the rock music business.
He may well have been rock and roll's first punk. His satanic majesty, Mick Jagger, whose outrageously grungy Rolling Stones made millions by sneering at the establishment. On stage, the demonic Mick and the Stones fairly bristled with latent violence, and in their private worlds, life imitated art. On tour, they fought with fans and police alike, and all too often, one or more of them ended up in the slammer on drug charges. And at a California concert 9 years ago, one of their fans was fatally stabbed during a tussle with members of the Hells Angels motorcycle gang, whom they had hired as bodyguards. In action, punk rock's Syd Vicious was Mick Jagger incarnate 10 years later. As bassist with the now-defunct Sex Pistols, he delighted audiences with his bare-chested theater of outrage, often cursing the crowd or spitting at them as they yelled for more. But early this year, the Pistols broke up, and Syd began an irreversible backslide, which ended yesterday with his arrest for the murder of his 20-year-old girlfriend and part-time manager, Nancy Spungen. Nancy's bloody death came without warning. On a cable television talk show just 3 weeks ago, she and Syd appeared to be a perfect combination of a groupie and fading superstar.
Strongly.
You mean he beats on women as well as men?
No, he doesn't beat on women at all. He beats on anybody that gets his way. But I think the feminist movement...
Village, the nation's punk rock capital, many said Syd Vicious had a vastly different reputation, gained after countless rough-and-tumble performances in the area's saloons. When not selling punk rock clothes, Risa does lots of bar hopping, catching the hottest in-groups. One night in Max's Kansas City, she said Syd provided her with a different kind of show.
I was looking for a friend of mine, Frenchie, and I saw Syd walking down the stairs with Nancy, and I asked him if he had seen Frenchie. Nancy looked at him and said, do it to her now, and bangs my head up against the wall.
No reason at all?
No reason at all.
In the old days, Syd walked tall among the dozens of East Village shops catering to the sleazy punk rock folkways. To get his hair spiked and dyed orange or green, he often called on Carlo, who says he remembers him well.
You can't exemplify or bring out Mr. Vicious as a, motif in punk rock. Mm-hmm. Certainly, life is not without its subsidies. But then again, life is entitled to its subsidies, just like the vulture.
And near an uptown turntable, one rock and roll DJ saw Syd's plight in a kinder light.
Punk rock is just a part of a much larger scene of rock and roll. And we've been trying to look more at what we call new wave music as opposed to strictly punk music. The definitions are so difficult, the terms. This is not a turning point in the history of rock and roll. I really don't think so. Involving a man that played in a rock and roll band that people labeled a punk band.
Syd Vicious listening to his last recording, a punk rock version of My Way.
Trip over in England with this scene. Why are the kids? Is this more political over there, or what? What's the trip over there?
It's not political.
It's not political.
No.
So it's the same kind of a scene that's over here then?
No.
It's just a load of dummies griping about being on the dole.
Okay, and Stiv, how have you been? Last time I saw you, there was a photo session with Brooke Shields.
Yeah.
And I heard you were in Detroit. Had a little hassle over in Detroit a little bit.
Somebody phoned me and said they're going to shoot me. That's about it.
Really?
You were arrested for wearing a wristband?
Oh, that's after. I got thrown in jail for wearing one of these.
How do you see the scene between here and England?
I can't. England's too far away.
It's too far away.
Have the Dead Boys played?
A lot of water in between.
Dead Boys played London yet?
Yeah. The Roundhouse.
What did you see as differences like in, let's say, the fans people who were at the clubs? Were they much different, the way they looked, the way they acted, all that kind of thing?
They talked funny, I couldn't understand.
Fans are really good over in England. They stand up and they dance and it's a good audience. But over here, that people
They're like fucking statues
they
over
sit
here.
down
They
at
just sit on their
tables and
asses.
chairs. They don't do anything. Over in England, they, you know, if they like you, they'll stand. You get them dancing
You know,
from the
if
first
they like you
number.
over there, at least
You know it, and if they don't like you, they gob
You
at you
fucking
and
know
they
it
throw
equally.
things, so they know you know where you stand
If they
either
don't like you,
way.
they gob with them?
Yeah.
Oh,
They gob if they
it's
like you as
yeah.
well. They gob more if they like you.
What's
I had to
your...
wear a raincoat the whole tour and an umbrella.
Why?
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot better. They in America it's too. Everybody just stands around and treats it as a novelty act or a freak show. Over there, they're into it as much as you are. It's really good. Just throw bottles, spit at you. It's really good.
I nearly got half my face taken off by a beer mug once. Somebody threw half a beer mug at me and it went right past my face like that and bounced off my jacket.
Did you get him back?
I didn't know who threw it.
You can't see when you're up on the stage.
Let me ask you
You only get the people at the front of the stage. Hit them with your guitar or something.
Sid, you went up to the Sex Pistols and yourself really skyrocketed to a lot of fame and a lot of publicity very, very quickly. I've heard stories around the music industry that nobody wants to deal with you at all anymore.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's untrue. As his manager, I could say that.
I heard you were a junkie for a while.
No, that's a lie.
You know, I'm asking. That's why you're here. This is live. We have people at home watching. They'll be able to call up and talk to you in a few minutes. You can,
The best story I heard, I don't know if it's true or if it was just bullshit, was something about you were in an airport and you got sick.
No, that was a big lie.
That was a big lie?
Well, tell us what it
Tell the
is.
story.
Is that one where you were
Shut up, let
supposed to
him-
go to
let
Amsterdam
him
and you
say.
threw up in the airport?
Well, I
What
heard,
did you want to say?
I heard that you threw up, you got onto a balcony and threw up on people that were walking by.
That's a lot of fucking shit.
Yeah? Who spread these rumors, like fans
Just
and
the
stuff?
fucking press. The
Just
press.
the press?
Press.
They used to follow us everywhere at the airport and stuff.
Really?
We were going out of the country, and there's this real dirty old cunt in a smelly suit. Look, he was a right tramp.
What are
And
the
he came
sort
up
of-
and tried to get a story out of us, and we just spat in and told him to fuck off.
So no matter what you did, there was always somebody there trying to make a story out of it.
Yeah,
And
it really got on my nerves.
What do you want? What are you looking for?
He wants to be a star, man.
I just want to have some fun, that's all.
Stiv? The Dead Boys have been really going strong lately. There's been ups and downs, from knifings to what have you, and people in the hospital. Where are you guys going from here? What is happening with the Dead Boys?
We're going back to the Chelsea Hotel.
And party. And party. I'd like to, everybody's got to speak up a little bit into those mics if we can. If we can cue up the first cut, I'd like to put up
If I
Syd
could plug it,
Vicious.
we're playing Horizon, October 6th, 7th, 8th. It's going to be filmed for Geraldo Rivera's 2020.
That's
Oh,
6th,
really?
7th, and 8th.
Then after that, we're going toward the south and
what is that,
California.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
I don't know.
That's for Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah, it'll be filmed Halloween, or aired Halloween, rather. We're going to follow the tour the Pistols took down south and see if we break up.
I'd like to for those of you who have never heard of Syd Vicious or the Sex Pistols, we have a cut called My Way, which I think was originally done by Frank Sinatra.
Who?
Frank, his name was Blue Eyes or something? Okay.
Oh, Blue Balls is back.
Right. Well, I'd like to play that cut, and then we can take a few phone calls, and then we'll play one of the Dead Boys cuts, and then we'll open up the phones for the evening. Can we get that, what's happening in the studio?
Apparently nothing.
Drops, hurry up.
Nothing's happening? Should I go to the phones first? JJ, you're right on the light. I can't see a thing. Okay, we'll talk for a while when they get their act together inside. If anybody wants to call us at 473-5386, we still have one line free. Ladies, what is the scene for you? Why are you there? You're Syd's manager, correct?
Yeah.
What kind of role do you play in this?
In what?
What's your job? What have you been doing in this? I mean, you're part of, he's on stage performing, but you're just as much an active part of the career as he is. What's your job? Yeah. What do you do?
Manager.
What is that? Many people out in our audience don't have any idea what a manager does.
I getting gigs.
Hey man, not everybody's in the record business, you know?
I'm his liaison to the record company.
Have you been able to sell him now?
He's got 4 record contracts. I don't have to sell him. I mean, I arrange recording, I arrange gigs, I arrange the publicity, I talk to the club owners, to the people at the record company, to the people in newspapers, magazines, things like that.
Are we ready inside? Why don't we hear this cut, and then we can go to the phone.
Sure, hearing a lot,
No?
Sounds of silence.
Sounds of silence.
Groovy sounds, man.
Okay, we're back live here, and that was live, I guess. Why don't we go to the phones and see what the people out there have to say to you guys, or ask any questions that they have for you. We're going to go to the 550 number first. For those of you who are calling in, we have Syd Vicious, Stiv Badors. Syd Vicious, originally of the Sex Pistols, and Stiv Badors of the Dead Boys. And next to Stiv is Cynthia of the B-Girls. And next to Syd. This is not a night for Syd and Stiv, so I've been working my tail off all weekend, having a hell of a time. But we're going to go to the phone. Hello, you're live.
Introduce me.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you bring that up, Doc? Yeah.
Okay.
Turn down your television a little bit, will you?
Get
Hello?
lost, you div.
Yes? Would you like to say something? Hello?
Yeah.
You want to speak? You have a question?
Yeah.
What's your name?
David.
David, what's your question?
I want to know how we got this job on television.
How? He's got connection. Hello, you're live.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, what's your first name?
Okay, my name is Paul.
Well, what's up?
Well, first of all, I want to say that your show, I've been watching it for the last few weeks, is definitely where it's at. It's something... Hey, who got it to the stern? Now, let me ask you something now. Wouldn't you consider this rock comedy? Now, I think that...
Do you think that's funny?
Why don't you ask them?
I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But let me add this much to it. During the 60s, I think that we used to be called freaks.
Yeah, man.
Now, I mean, it's gone beyond freaks. Now we're monsters. I think that...
Speak for yourself, you jerk off.
Pardon me?
Speak for your fucking self.
Wait a second. Are we going to talk like imbeciles like we are, or are we going to talk like somebody who has something to say?
Mumble that again.
You don't have anything to say.
Would you like me to
Go
leave
on,
the show?
fuck off, you twat.
Well, listen, why don't you know, hang up if that's where it's at.
Go roll.
That's where
Go roll a
it's at,
joint.
man.
I'm allowing these people this evening to be my guests, and since they are my guests, I try and make them as comfortable as possible.
Oh,
You just
certainly.
sound like getting
So have a
some
good night.
DVC.
Good night.
Good night. Hello, you're live. Hello?
Yeah, I'm waiting to get on.
You're on.
I am on.
What's your name?
What is this?
What is
this?
It's a telephone.
What you're looking at right now, that's Syd Vicious, who is of the Sex Pistols, and next to him, the other guy, is Stiv Badors, the lead singer for the Dead Boys. And Nancy is on Syd's left, and Cynthia's on Stiv's left. And if you follow that, you gotta smoke another one.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
3 out of 4.
Have a good night, love. Hello, you're live.
Hi.
Yeah, what's your first name?
Jack.
Good. You sure?
Is your last name Eoff?
Yeah, listen, Mr. Allen, I've been watching your show for a long time.
Yeah, Jack.
And I really admire it, and I think it's a good show. I want to know, how come you can have such creeps like that on this show?
No!
Speak for yourself.
I mean, look at that guy without a shirt. He looks like a pervert from who knows where.
He is a pervert.
How could you allow these people? I mean, that guy looks like he just came out of a concentration camp.
Do you have a question?
Well, yeah, I want to know how you could degrade your show like this by having people.
What, by having you call in?
By having you
Wait a second.
call up.
You're sitting at home watching this, right?
Yeah.
What are you watching it for?
Then you better start thinking of where your head's at. I mean, if you don't like it, there's the cable box there.
You probably got your pants down. You're probably beating off looking at Syd's bare chest anyways, you asshole.
Yeah, you love it.
All over the place.
Have a good night.
Real good.
Hello, you're live.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi,
What's your first name?
Jennifer.
Yes, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
My friend Susie thinks Syd Vicious is really cute, and we wanted to know if he's going to be in a movie. We think he should be in Naked Lunch. That would be good. Good flick.
Really? Okay, do you have any other comment or question? Have a good night. Hello, you're live. We have 3 lines if you want to get in. Yes.
I'm waiting to talk to him.
You are.
I am?
Yes, dear.
Hello?
What's your first name?
Hello?
It's me, darling. You got to listen to your television set and speak into your telephone.
I'm listening to the TV right now.
Okay, so talk to me.
Should I turn the volume down?
Just talk to me, love. We're on the air. You and I.
Hello?
Yes.
Steve?
Ephraim.
Steve?
Later. Hello, you're live. Keep it tabs on. If anybody wants to get us, our lines are free. They got to check those lines out. Somebody ride those. We have free phones if you want to call in. We have Syd Vicious, Stiv Badors, Nancy, Cynthia, and Michael McKenzie. Are you the rocket ships are coming down. Did you guys see that Galactica thing tonight?
Yeah.
On television? Did they ever play the end of it?
Yeah.
They
After
did?
They got that goofball.
What was the end?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What is the Galactic?
Okay, we're going to go back to the phones if they'll screen those calls. Hello, you're live.
What was the kid's name with the bare chest?
What?
The kid's name with the bare, without the jacket.
Syd Vicious.
Syd Vicious. Sid, let me ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, sure.
First of all, how come you decided to go into punk rock and you didn't decide to become like a symphony musician or something of that nature? What influenced you into like skunk rock instead of like,
Punk rock.
Isn't that what they call it over here, skunk rock?
No.
Hey, you're talking about your breath.
No, well, all right, that part could be possible, but I mean, at least I'm not in front of like thousands of people picking my nose and scratching my
Thank God.
face.
Pardon me for a second. We have 3 lines at 473-5386. We have still 1 free line. Yeah. Hello, you're live. Hello.
Hello, are you there?
Yes.
I'm trying to decipher if these guys are putting me on or they're really stoned out,
We
or
didn't put you on there.
you got to be maybe a little bit too much in your own heads, and you can't feel out other people who are calling. They're trying to get a little information. They're trying to. Hello.
Yes.
They're trying to get a little information. They're trying to maybe get to know you a little bit, and you're putting up all these defenses and games and whatnot. Instead of listening to what someone has to say, or...
Okay, we're listening, so say it.
All right, I'm glad. Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
So do it. Come on, you have a question?
Yeah, my question is, do you feel that rock and roll has gotten to the point of total decadence?
No, what's decadence, dummy?
Okay.
What does decadence mean?
Means your ass.
Later. Hello, you're live.
Hello, yes, I have a question for Sid.
What's first name?
Addison.
Go ahead, Addison.
I'd like to know...
Turn down your television a little bit.
I'd like to know
pacemaker.
I'd like to know some details about the fight that he had when he and the Pistols jumped off the stage and joined in a brawl that was happening right up front.
It wasn't in the band then. It was in Nashville.
You don't even know what he's talking about. What are you talking about, pal?
Wait,
No,
you know where this
I
took
read it
place?
in a book called Punk Rock 1988.
I was in that fight. I started it.
Hey, it had your picture and everything.
Oh, you started that
All right,
fight?
can I ask you about something else which
Well,
happened?
let's find out about the fight. What was that fight all about?
Vivian.
Somebody started on a friend of mine, so I whacked him in the face with a belt.
Yeah, but did the whole band jump off the stage and join in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Of course we won.
All right. How about that girl who punched you in the nose in Texas? Did you really spit the blood back in her face?
Of course.
I think that's great. I just wanted to congratulate it.
Yeah, I am rather fun.
Yeah, that was fucking great. I loved it.
Have a good night.
He's taking on Ollie next week.
Hello, you're live.
Yeah, my name is Tom, and I'd like to know if Syd Vicious would please sing a chorus of Holidays in the Sun for all us viewers out here.
If I would what?
Could you sing a chorus of Holidays in the Sun for us out here?
No, I'm too shy.
What?
I'm too shy.
Oh, why? You're a star, man. Well, we're sitting here listening to the record.
Well, we're gonna put on a cut right now on the for you to listen to of Stiv Badors' band, the Dead Boys.
Well, that's okay. We like them too. Sorry,
Okay.
we didn't mean to.
When they get that queued up, we'll go back to the phones after the song. We're gonna listen to that right now, and then we'll go back to the phones after that. Okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're live again, folks. I'd like to tell you we're going to be doing, for any of you out there who have friends or relatives or crazy people that you know, we're looking for novelty acts. We're looking for unusual acts. If you have an unusual act, or you
an
know
unnatural act,
or know of someone who has an unusual act, that's no good over there, huh? Well, tell JJ to straighten out. If you'd like to, you can write to us at EAE. Right there. Oh, does that look terrible? No, it doesn't. Looks okay. Terrible. Looks terrible.
All right,
okay.
all right.
Or you can call us during the week at 725-0516 between 10 and 6, and we'll be happy to hear from you. We're back live with Stiv and Syd, and we just heard a cut from Stiv's band, the Dead Boys. I haven't made a mistake yet at that, and that's worrying me. Hello, you're live. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Alex.
Alex?
Yes.
Yes, Alex.
I'm a drummer.
You're a German?
Yeah, I'm a drummer. I play drums.
Oh, yeah.
And I work with a group called Elephant's Memory.
Yeah.
And we play just about all kinds.
Do you know
I remember
Stan
you. I remember.
Bronstein?
You remember me?
Do you know Stan Bronstein?
Yes, of course.
He's a great saxophonist.
He's the best sax player I've ever heard in my life.
He used to play with the Dolls.
Oh, he's very heavy.
He's really good.
Listen, my question is...
Yeah.
I have an unusual act. I like to freak out on stage very heavy. I like to pull out my dick. I like to jerk off in front of ladies.
So do I, pal. Don't worry about it.
Hello, you're live.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to compliment the hosts of this show. I feel that you really exemplify the absolute epitome of television of this nature, and I do appreciate what you gentlemen are trying to do. However, there is a rumor, and I'm curious.
What's your first name?
My name is Nick.
Dick?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
okay, go ahead.
right, I know that would excite you all.
Go ahead, Dick.
What I'm curious about is there's a rumor over here that that's the Sex Pistols and the Dead Boys. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. The two, each one of them are from the right. Now there's a rumor that those gentlemen and their adversary in the group, the members of the group, they're being followed around town by other people with poopy scoopers. Is that correct?
Yes, we have to feed you, don't we?
Yes, I imagine you do. You do sample exactly what it is you should.
Hello, you're live.
Yeah, from one question.
1 second, we can't hear you.
You had to be a professor.
Go ahead.
All right, this question is directed towards you. Why are you so protective of your guests generally, as far as negative comment is concerned?
Well, if somebody's making a comment that makes sense, other than hey, yeah, your mother, I'll listen to it.
Yeah,
but that last comment,
cut
did you
short.
think that there was anything relevant there to discuss?
I think it'd be good to have a nice...
Well, I don't know. You just generally cut off negative comment pretty quickly.
Well, if you have something specific to say, we're happy to hear it.
Yeah. No, I mean, this isn't, as far as I'm concerned...
I'm putting you on the spot right now. What do you want to say?
Not a thing.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello, you're live.
Yeah, I'd like to know, my name is Shlomo, and I'd like to know where punk rock originated and what's its purpose?
In tit pickles.
Where does any music originate, and what's its purpose?
Oh, that's my question.
I'm asking you. I mean, you're asking about you're asking these people Where did it originate? Where did any music originate?
All right, then what's the function?
What?
What's the function of punk rock? Where did it come out? Why did it come out?
Because people are willing to pay and listen to it and enjoy it.
It's called rock and roll. It's for listening to and dancing to.
It's just to listen to and to dance to, like any other kind of music is.
You can't dance to Beethoven, can you?
All right, but why is, you dress differently, you act differently, why is this coming out in it? Is that just part of the business?
It's just the way we are. We don't do anything
just
for
what we're
business.
like.
Well, where were you, 5 years ago?
I was pretty much the same as I am now.
So was I.
Why all of a sudden is it coming out now then?
Because the public's eyes
just that you've never
on
seen
us.
us before, that's
so
all.
now you see us.
All right, then if I've never seen you before, why are you so covered up? Why were you in the background and now all of a sudden evolving
Maybe more
out?
people like us now, who can tell?
Okay,
I think the answer to your question is, as long as people want to see Syd, he's going to be out there, as long as he wants to be there. And as long as, if there's no audience for him, he won't be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that. I guess that pretty much answers my question.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you very much.
Hello, you're live.
Oh, I'd like to ask Stiv a question.
Go ahead.
First off, how's Johnny doing?
Doing real good.
He's a cunt. He's not doing well at all. He's got a really terrible group. He's a real little faggot. He thinks that gangsters are after him.
He's really paranoid.
He invents lies and things.
He says people pull guns on him all the time, and he thinks the CIA.
And he's got a steel door at home.
He thinks
It's a real
he's going to
pussy.
get kidnapped.
Syd, you going to be playing any place around?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah,
What?
let me give a plug. He's playing at Max's on the weekend of the 29th, and we're playing in Boston on the 24th.
All right.
Okay.
September.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too.
Hello, you're live.
Yeah, I've got a question for Syd.
What's your first name?
Craig.
Go ahead.
Now that the Sex Pistols have broken up, I'd like to know what Syd plans to do in his career. Whether he has any plans to cut a new album or form.
And from Alan.
I'm making a single in a few weeks.
And anything else planned, long range?
Just some gigs.
Well, good luck to you.
There's a movie coming out as well.
473-5386 is available now. Hello, you're live.
Hi.
Yeah, what's your first name?
Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
I want to ask, Frank Zappa said that he was only in it for the money. Are these people doing the same thing? Are they just in it for the money?
No, we're in it because we got something to say.
What do you have to
We're
say?
not concerned with the money at all. If we were, we would have got out of it a long time ago, because in the beginning there was a lot of hard work and fighting and a lot of basic struggle, and we didn't make any money at all.
Okay, now you say you're not in it for the money, but now you're, I'm sure, making quite a bit of money doing this. You're making a film. You have 4 contracts. Has things changed for you in that sense, that you're into the money thing now, even though
No,
you didn't
not in
start
the
off?
least. It hasn't changed one iota.
We haven't seen much of the money anyway.
You say you have something to say. Is it on a political level, or are you...
You gotta turn it on your TV just to drop.
Okay, just hold on, just a half a second. Okay. You say that you're not in it for the money. Of course, you said that before, but now if the money comes, is your statement musical, or is it...
It's purely
I really
musical.
don't know how far I can take this question.
You're
Is your
asking, is he
statement
saying
musical?
something political or musical? Is that what
Right,
you're saying?
yeah, that's
or
about
both?
it. Right.
Okay. Are you saying anything political or musical or both?
Both, really.
So
I'm not really interested in politics much.
We're against certain things, though. Fascism, the National Front, Queen. It's basically English politics. That's where it started. New York groups aren't very political at all. They really have nothing to say as far as politics go. But it's a musical statement as well. It's a new kind of music.
How about a fashion statement? How about...
I'm going to go on to another caller. But before we do, Cynthia, it's
Yes.
nice having you here.
Really?
What kind of group is the B-Girls?
They're girls.
Really?
All girl, I don't know what you call it. Kind of like the girl groups in the early 60s, kind of like the Shangri-Las.
Where can it be seen?
Well, We just played Stevie Jeeves and Hurrah. Probably be back in New York in around a month or so.
Don't mess up the curtain.
Let's go back to the phones. We have a free line at 475-1550. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Stiv Badors what the story is on the knifing of the drummer of this group a few months ago.
You gotta speak slower, more distinctly.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Stiv what the story is about the knifing of the drummer of his group a few months back.
You mean the whole story, how it started?
Yeah. I don't know the details, I just know that he was knifed on stage.
No, he wasn't knifed on stage. He was catching a cab. Well, our roadie was catching a cab outside the deli stop over on 2nd Avenue about 4 in the morning. And this carload of guys went by and started stuff. And about 6 of them jumped on our roadie, started beating him up. And Johnny came by and helped in on the fight. And they hit Johnny in the head with a baseball bat, held him down, and stabbed him in the heart, along with a couple other spots. He got about 150 stitches. He was on the operating table about 10 hours. And almost died, but he pulled through. He's doing good now. He's playing with us now. That's basically it. We held a benefit for him. Most of the New York bands played.
Right, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
Hello, you're live.
Hello?
Yes.
I was wondering how come one of the beautiful girls doesn't take off her...
You don't have to do what I'm doing.
Have a good night. Hello, you're live.
Hi, I'd like to ask Syd, whereabouts does the group record?
Excuse me?
What studio does the group record at?
Which group? There are two groups.
Well, Syd and the other chap there sitting there.
We haven't
Whereabouts do they
recorded in
record?
New York
He said he was going to make a single, and whereabouts is he going to make the single?
In a baked beans tin, where do you think?
Don't know. I have to talk to the record company. I mean, the record company doesn't even know about it yet. And when we talk to them, they'll find a studio for us. I don't know, A&R, record plant, somewhere like that.
Oh, yeah, I see. What is your record company right now?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, Virgin, Barclay, and Nippon.
Uh-huh. When the group records, who will be in the group?
It's going to be Syd, Jerry Nolan, and Arthur Kane from the Dolls, and Stephen Dior from Jerry's new group, the Idols.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah, thanks very much.
Have a good night. Hello, you're live.
Hi, this is Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Since Syd has been here in New York, has he been hot to trot about town, or is he just seeing Penny? Alias Penny McCall.
A little louder.
Since Syd has been in
We
New
got
York...
the first part. You just faded out at the end.
Oh, sorry. Is
he hot to trot or what?
Pardon? Since Syd has been here in New York, has he been hot on the prowl, or has he been just seeing one alias Penny McCall?
I can't understand what you're talking
Peter
about.
Frampton. She has you confused with Peter Frampton.
No, I'm not confusing him. I had just heard from friends that he has been seeing Penny.
What's your first name?
Why would he be seeing Peter Frampton's girlfriend?
Penny McCall is Peter Frampton's
I don't want to see
girlfriend.
some ugly old bitch that Peter Frampton goes out with, do I?
I'm his girlfriend and his manager. I have been for 2 years. He doesn't see
these are just
anybody
rumors
else.
that have been going about that she's been seeing a lot of Penny.
Hey, you want to get this guy in trouble in front of his old lady?
Right there, she was going out with him.
You heard that Penny McCall was going out with Syd?
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous rumor. I sleep with him. I should know.
Syd has better taste
He
than
had left
that.
Peter and had to sort of get things
I'd say he had better taste than Penny McCall.
I paint a face on the pillow when I go out and it fools her.
Have a good night.
You too.
Hello, you're live.
Hi, my question for the group is, what's the reason for dressing and looking the way they do? Is it
We
a put
like
on,
it.
or what?
You hear the answer?
Because we like it.
like it.
Hello, you're live.
Yes, does Syd think he'd be as successful if he was as bald as you, Efren? Do you think that would
If he what?
affect him?
I don't know where they get this notion that I'm
I don't know
going
where you got
bald.
that bald head.
Huh?
Neither do I.
I've got a bald head somewhere.
How do you get your hair cut? Every time you comb it? What a bald move.
Later. Hello, you're live.
Hi.
Yes.
I asked Syd Vicious something. Why are you so derivative? What rock journals have you been reading? I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from.
Zigzag, stupid.
That's not original, huh?
He is about as original as you can get. He's not derivative of anything.
Hello. Yes, we have 3 lines if you want to get through at 4735386 and 4751550. Yes.
Yes, I heard the lady mention that their music is a new kind of music. I'd like to know what's new about it. It seems to me it's been done for quite a long time.
Who did it then?
The Who.
The
all
Who
the
isn't
early rock
anything
groups
like
of the 60s.
Have you ever heard the Pistols?
Of course.
Have you ever
Well,
heard
I
the
don't
Who?
think they're derivative of any. Yeah, I've heard the Who plenty of times.
We never sounded like
Pistols'
anyone
music
else.
doesn't sound like anybody's music. I think it's very new
Well,
and
the
very
last
original.
song that was played sounded very much like the Who.
That was Dead Boys.
That was the Dead
The Dead Boys, but you're saying that it's new music.
I'm not talking about the Dead Boys.
Keith
I'm
Moon wrote
talking
that
about
for us.
the English scene and the Pistols, which isn't derivative of anything.
Well, let me ask you
If you
also-
don't believe me, you can ask the old wave musicians in England, because they believe the same thing. They don't think that any of it's derivative.
Well, I think that there must be disagreement
just
there.
rock
But
and
what's the
roll.
political statement that you're...
They're not making any political statements.
Yes, they said before that in England they made their music was a political statement as well as a musical statement.
It's just how people take it. If they want to take it as a political statement, then let them. You know, it's fine, because we are against certain things and we are for certain things, but we don't make a point of shouting it out. It's there in some of the music. If people want to take it like that, then that's fine, but it's basically a musical statement.
Okay.
Have a good night. Hello, you're live.
Hi, Ephraim.
Hi. Who's this?
It's Francesca.
Hi, Francesca.
What are you stoned on?
Remember me?
Yeah, Francesca, I remember you.
Tell me how you remember.
What can we do for you tonight, Francesca?
What you always do, Ephraim.
Besides that. We'll talk about that later. No, we won't. We'll talk about it now. When do you want to get together?
No dates over the phone.
You heard the lady. Call me after the show.
Okay.
Have a good night, Francesca. Hello, you're live.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
I want to direct a question to Syd.
Go ahead.
You're on Warner Brothers, I understand. I know Ronnie Wood is on Warner Brothers too. He's doing his own album on the coast. I just would like to know, I'm a personal friend, if you'd be interested in participating a cut or two from the album, maybe.
What was that again?
Could you...
With Ronnie Wood.
Did
I'm
you hear
afraid
that?
it's
Do me a
not our
favour.
kind of music.
I'm not going to play that old cunt.
Hello, you're live.
This is, first of all, I'd like to say that I kind of disagree with that remark about it not being a derivative of anything.
What
But
is it
other than that, I was just
derivative
wondering,
of,
this is
then?
a question for anybody out there, Syd, Stiv, anybody. What do you see as the direction of punk rock music? I mean, in 73 we had, in 72, 73 we had Slade and Mott the Hoople, the whole glitter stuff, the dolls, and that had its peak, that had its time. And now, 77, 78, it's punk. What's next?
Yeah, but the thing is, there are only a few groups then. Practically the whole music business is punk now.
Yeah, but
So
I have to
quite a long
disagree with
way
that
to
because,
go.
I mean, I spent a lot of time this last couple of weeks, and you might call this unfortunate, but I work for a record company, and I spent a lot of this time this last week going while seeing Yes at the Garden and seeing ELO at the Garden, and I mean, that's an unfortunate for me. I realize that. I personally prefer punk rock myself, but I was just kind of wondering. I mean, these are the people that are packing 23,000 people in the Madison Square Garden. I mean, could the Sex Pistols have done that?
Yeah,
Sure, they
we
could have. They
Well,
could have packed out Madison Square Garden.
Well, listen, I just want to know what you see as the direction of punk. Well, what's in for it in the next year? I mean, Melody Maker did a long...
How should I know? You just take... I live day by day. I don't plan my life years ahead.
Okay, well, it just, some people have to, I guess. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Have a good night. Hello, you're live.
Hello, I'd like to address this question to the ladies.
Go ahead. Could you turn your TV down just a hair?
Okay. What do they think about the feminist movement?
The feminists.
I'm very for it. I believe in it a lot.
So do I.
So does Syd. Syd's about the only male I know that's not a male chauvinist. He believes very strongly in
You mean he
the
beats
feminist
on
movement.
women as well as men?
No, he doesn't beat on women at all. He beats on anybody that gets in his way. But I think the feminist movement is it's just about the best thing around. I mean, I believe more in the feminist movement than I do in any political movements. I think it's, I think the Equal Rights Amendment should have been put through. I believe in all that. If I had more time, maybe I'd, be more active in it. But I do believe in it very strongly for myself and as a way of living.
Do you think you would feel differently if you had a sex change?
Well, I don't want a sex change.
That's not part of the question. It's not even associated with the feminist. But I was wondering,
we're going to have to go on to another call.
Gays?
Hello, you're live.
I'd like to speak to, this question for Stiv. How did Felix Pappalardi come about to produce your new album?
I heard the album at a party, some friend's place up in New York, and he liked it because everybody at the party told him to take it off. So he got a hold of Seymour, and Seymour approached us in England about it, so we didn't care. Yes, well, we cared, but we had nothing to say about it.
What I really think is important, that all people should put steel tips on you.
Hello, you're live.
What?
Almost. Still? I don't know. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, I'd like to know if the...
Could you speak up a little louder?
Yeah, I'd like to know if the guy next to Syd has the guts to take his sweater off.
I don't know.
That's guts,
That
man.
takes guts. Hello,
Sounds
you're
like
live.
he wants me to take my pants off.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
What's your first name?
Yes, my name is Michael, and I'd simply like to know whether Syd and the other people there realize how much on the decline their music is and what they represent is. And
that's bullshit.
Really
It's not on the decline at all.
It's on the up. I work in the business. I'm Syd's manager, and I know what the record companies are scraping the bottom of the barrel to sign up punk groups. In England, it's punk. You should have seen the year-end polls in the music papers. The Pistols swept all the polls. They got every, best new group, best album, best live group, best guitarist, best drummer, on and on and on. All the punk groups have, their albums chart well, they get airplay. They have sellout tours. They play in England, they play in Europe, they play in America. It's not so big in America.
But why?
Because there's more people.
Because people listen to the Grateful Dead over here, that's why.
It's more of a standardized music scene over here, and it needs to be broken down, just like it was in England.
We're going to have to go on to some more calls.
In 67 was the hippie scene.
Well,
68, the hippies were dead. 69 was Woodstock. 70, everybody was hippies. So compare it 10 years later.
But is it...
We can't. We got to go on to other calls. Hello, you're live.
Hi, Ephraim.
Hi, Elise.
This is Francesca.
Oh, Francesca.
How are
Blew
you?
that date.
Blew that one. What's up, Francesca?
Are you going to be with Syd later at Caliban's?
Who? I don't know.
I think Syd is hot.
Okay, well, you check him out later.
Well, you better keep your fucking hands off him, dear.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yes, sweetheart.
Hello, you're live.
Excuse me.
What?
How deep can I get into punk rock music?
What?
How
he just did.
Walk us in the door. Pay $5 and walk.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Next time, call back. Yeah, hello. You're live.
Hello?
Yes.
I'd like to dispute the lady on the left.
475-1550 is available. Yeah, go ahead.
The lady on the left just made a statement that punk is so vulnerable. Well,
That's me.
Speak in English.
Pistols sell versus Ted Nugent and the Bee Gees. And when was the last time she had her IQ booster shot?
My IQ happens to be 172. I graduated high school when I was 15, for your fucking information.
Hello, you're live.
Hi, what do you think of Runaways?
What?
Runaways?
Runaways.
Yeah, why don't you run away?
What about
They're
the
sex
Runaways?
symbols in Japan.
What?
They are sex symbols in
Yeah,
Japan.
so what?
What's that got to do with us?
Later. 475-1550 is available. Hello, you're live.
Hello?
Yes.
Fucking retarded.
Syd Vicious is a spoiled brat.
Yeah,
And
that's
his
right.
girlfriend.
What about
And what are
me,
you
Ducky?
fat
You're an asshole.
Oh, yeah?
You
Come
blonde
here and
bitch.
say that.
You're an asshole.
Not as much of an arsehole as you are, you fucking cow. Slut.
Cow.
Sounds like the voice that girl gets head at CB's.
What have you got to say to that?
You jealous or something?
Hello, you're live.
Huh? I bet you're
Hello?
so jealous, sweetheart.
We need audio. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
When I called you before, I asked you, I wanted to get real deep into punk rock music. And you helped me out. Why did you do that?
You burn your flares for a start.
No. See, your type of music is very deep, and I love it. And I want to be more freak than what I am. So how can I ever get into it real deep? Do I have to listen to your music more often?
Yeah.
Or do I have to go to concerts?
Buy them records, that's how you.
Oh, buy records.
We need the money.
Okay, have a good night. Hello, you're live.
I'd like to know what kind of groups do you listen to?
I don't know. Hello, you're live.
After, when I pick you up after the show, bring the dildo.
Okay, hello, you're live.
Yeah, something that punk hasn't done, directed to Syd. Would you be into doing
Turn down
a big
your TV
outdoor?
a bit.
You can't hear me.
Turn down your TV a bit.
Okay. Something punk hasn't done in a while. Would you be into doing a big outdoor gig? Really big.
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
I don't like playing outdoors.
Hmm?
It might rain.
Is that right?
It might rain.
It might rain. I mean, come on, seriously.
I'm being totally serious.
He just told
way
you.
of getting across.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes left. I'd like to thank you guys for coming by. All of you.
I'd just like to say hello
Nancy,
to my mother.
Go ahead. You want to tell us where, Nancy, you want to tell us where Syd's going to be playing?
He's going to be playing at Max's on the weekend of the 29th, and we're going to play in Boston on the 24th. We have gigs coming up in Toronto, maybe Philadelphia, all over.
And Stiv.
Shouldn't have told them. Now all these lunatics will come down to Mexico.
Stiv, where are the Dead Boys going to play?
Nowhere.
Okay.
No, we're playing Hurrah, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah.
That's for Geraldo Rivera's one-on-one?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
2020.
Then after that, we go on tour of the South.
Okay, we've got about a minute left. Michael, thank you again for coming by.
Ephraim,
Really,
thank you for
Michael?
coming by.
Thank you, Michael, for
I'm
coming by.
glad you were here.
Folks, remember, public access belongs to the people. Find out how you can get involved. Remember, this is me, and that's you. Remember, I say have a good week. We'll see you again next week. Live.